everybody, my name is Nashanoob, and today I'm going to be doing a quick little mid-game mini review about Deadlight. So let's start with the graphics. Graphically, the game is perfect for what it sets out to be. Randall's silhouette superimposed on detailed 3D backgrounds gives an awesome juxtaposition. Stylistically, the colors are perfect, not too bright but not so dingy, so there is great contrast from one place to the next. Each level is unique with its own fresh scenery. Nothing feels static, and from the zombies, or shadows, meandering in the background to the clouds drifting in the sky, it all adds immersion to the gameplay. The ambience as well, I guess it's not technically graphics, but it's kinda, adding into the ambience. So ambient sounds in it are also awesome as well. There's always sounds happening in the background that really just helps for that extra little bit of immersion. Story-wise, there could have been improvements. I find the story to be a little lackluster and overdone, with not really any new or interesting concepts. Although in this episode, we learned that the rat son may be important, we still have no feelings or motivation for the characters. And come on, the general premise is practically a trope. A white male searches for his loved ones as he runs away from scary things and hallucinates. Now, how many times have I heard that before? Let's see, Dead Space, Silent Hill, Bioshock, and those are just off the top of my head. Nothing to get invested in. And also, why the fuck can't Randall swim? At least, tell us his boots are too heavy or something. So, now on to the gameplay. The gameplay can be finicky at times. The controls are iffy, and too often Randall does not react in time, usually resulting in an insta-death. The controls seem simple, but too often Randall stumbles, slips, or just doesn't rebound off a wall we want him to. The controls could probably be fine-tuned, but I guess the developers did a decent job with what they went for. Also, shooting and aiming ended up being a lot easier than I had initially been worried about. In games, usually I have terrible aim, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna die, but right away I was able to shoot stuff really easily, so that was nice, but oh god, my wall jumps. Those are bad. The usually awesome checkpoint system made the insta-deaths a lot more bearable, where otherwise it could have been game-breaking. Dead Space 3. Oh, I had something in my throat. Even if I was having trouble at a part, I knew a few jumps away I would be past it. I would be okay. There were a couple parts where the save system could have been more in sync with the rest of the game, but then again, those parts were meant to be hard. Nothing is worse than making one mistake and being sent back half an hour of progress. Luckily, that was never the case. So I guess the last thing I could go and talk about would be the voice acting. I found it relied heavily on cliches, but it suited the first-person, heavily biased narrative really well. You really can feel Randall with his kind of, I don't know if it's a twang, I'm really bad with the different types of accents, but he thinks he's awesome, so he makes his voice deep and amazing, and look how awesome, and I can do this. And then everybody else is kind of just parodies of themselves, of just typical tropely characters. The game enters with him killing somebody because he just knows that's what he has to do, and he just knows he's so righteous in himself. So biased, cliche, but it works for the storytelling. Like we said, back in the story-wise, it's pretty light. There's no heavy, intense parts where we're just like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing and profound. There's none of that, but that's okay. It still makes for a good voice acting. It suits it. So that's it for the review. I think I covered everything that I care to cover. I like the game. I am liking the game. I'm not done this. I don't think I'll do an end game review, maybe a little kind of hashing at the very end of the game, but not an actual review. I think mid-games is kind of better. You're in the moment. You don't know everything yet, so you can't be as maybe starry-eyed, or your dreams have been destroyed like you can get at the end of the game, because I still don't know everything. I still don't know how it's going to turn out. I've been through it all. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed my little review, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.